All right, I'm going to explain how to replace the spool valve on a Mac valve. So you're going to need a 2.5 and a 3mm Allen wrench. Start with the 2.5mm Allen wrench and remove the two pilot valves. So once the pilot valves are removed, then we need to remove these 6 3mm Allen bolts. All right, so now that these Allens are removed, you can see that there's a little beige disc and an O-ring here, or a formed gasket. You should leave those alone. Don't change them. If you need to change them, it will cause you to have to remove the wiring, which is very difficult to do, so it's best to just leave those alone. So I'm going to get this one back in its spot. So care must be taken to make sure you don't pinch these gaskets accidentally. So now you can see on the wiring side, the spool has a dimple in it, and on the non-connection side it doesn't have a dimple. So now I'm going to take an Allen wrench and I'm going to push the spool valve out and remove it. So then we take our new spool valve and slide it in, making sure we pay attention to what side the dimple is, which coincides with the connector. So now we're going to make sure our gaskets are in place. Get our 3 bolts installed. It's best to get all 3 started before tightening any of them. Really doesn't matter what side you put back together first. So I'm tightening this side. So now before I do this side, I'm going to take the spool and I'm going to push it as far as I can. Oops. Push it as far as I can this way to make sure that it's completely shifted one direction or the other. So again, make sure your gasket is in the right position so you don't pinch it. Get your 3 bolts started. So now when you're done with that, then your pilot valves can plug back in. Again, start your bolts before tightening down. And that is how a spool valve gets changed.